Hey guys, welcome to a long overdue update on the Iron Man build. Haven't worked on him for several months, and you may hear him in the background. R2's over here making a lot of noise. Um, Over the weekend, I decided to break out Iron Man finally, and I have rewired him completely. He does not have batteries in him at all anymore. Everything is run from, right now, it's run from wires that are coming out. Eventually, it'll be hooked up to a power supply that I'm going to put in the premium base. Didn't think about bringing over the premium base. All it is round disc with light panels in it. I will be rewiring that to where it'll run off a 9-volt wall wart, and that way everything will be able to plug in, and I won't have to worry about batteries. So let me go ahead and change cameras. And there are all the parts that I've had for the Iron Man up to this point that have come out of packs and had something done with them. And don't know if you can see, but I've got wires coming out of every part. And I actually have the power supply on, so I can show that everything is run strictly off of separate power. The only lights that are the original lights are in the hands because they're small square LEDs. In everything else, I replaced it with a 3mm LED. So you can see there the arc reactor works. And this is going to preclude me from having to replace batteries because something comes on, especially with the way the switch is here on the side of the head. Hey, Donnie. Yeah, the switch on the side of the head here, you couldn't always tell if it was off other than when the lights were on. So let me go ahead and plug that in. The head was a little bit interesting. It was the second hardest part to do. Hang on. Oh, I dropped the wire there. The head was the second hardest part to do because the head has two 3mm LEDs in there. Let me go ahead and show that it turns off when I unplug it. The hands were a royal pain in the behind because there is no room in those hands. And I'm going to show just one of each on the boots and the hands. You do. R2's over here in the corner making noise. This one was the first one I did. It was the easiest because the boot is not yet built. It was just a matter of taking out 2 screws and replacing it. The other boot, I had to take the toe off. Quite a bit of work to get the other boot apart. And then the hands were the worst because everything has to fit inside this part here. I actually managed to get the wires. Let me see if I can show that. Yeah, you can see the wires there. The one, thank you. The one on this side by my finger, that is the original wire. The other one is magnet wire that I put through there, and I was actually able to get it all the way up through the shoulder. Eventually, they'll all come together in the middle of the Iron Man chest, and not sure yet where I'm going to run power into it. And I did talk to Todd. Todd said that it looked like it was a lot easier to do it this way because I did pictures while I was doing it all weekend, but it was a lot easier to do it this way because you didn't have to take everything completely apart. I was able to thread the magnet wire through. So let me go ahead and get these out of the way. And I decided to steal a page from Donnie's book, and I've got my R2 over here sitting here just making noise. So 46 was the last stage I did. We're going to start with stage 47. 47 is the second boot. So we've done this before, but like I said, it has been a really, really long time. There's parts for stage 47. You know, knife would be good. I always end up cleaning up the bench completely, and then I realize that I've cleaned everything off the bench, including the knives that I need to be able to do anything. So EP screws. EP, CM, and EM screws. So that's kind of cool there, Donnie. I just decided that, you know, he sits here on the bench. Haven't done anything with him in a long time. Figured I'd turn him on and let him make noise. I have the R5 in the other room along with BB-8 and BB-9. Looks like a crime scene. It is. It is. Somebody was murdered here. Get those out. Hey, Gordon. Glad you could make it. I know it's the middle of the night over there. And Iron Man has not reached the point that the bus has. I don't know that he's going to get to the point where I've got 48,000 screws to put in one episode. So for at least for now, I'm going to keep building him on the live stream. Have not done anything with the Rootmaster since last week. There are a couple of parts before I start doing nothing but screws, so I will probably do a short stream on those at some point. But the Rootmaster will probably not be streamed much anymore because of how much it's just going to be repetitive. So we've got the toe with the magnet, bottom of the toe, top of the toe, and then these decorative pieces here. These decorative pieces go right there. Come on, focus. I believe the other ones are inside in the exact same spot. That's not good. Hopefully things will get better for you, Gordon. It has been a long, long time. So we take okay, yeah. These these red pieces here. And let me see if I can shed a little bit more light on the center here. So these red pieces, you can see it right there. So basically, it looks like a little washer. It's actually rounded on one side. I didn't realize that before. But they're going to go on the outside here. And then the toe is going to slip over top of them and hold them in place. If I can get them to line up. And they're going to be secured by the CM screws. That is true, Donnie. That is very true. Repetitive is normal, but I personally don't want to do 500 screws on one stream. That's a little bit repetitive, even for the guy building it. So since these are M screws, they're metal, or they're going into metal. me get the oil. I don't remember because it has been so long, but I think this could be a royal pain in the behind. Let me try putting the rounded portion in. Two corresponding holes. Hold joints in place with fingers. Slide the toe in place, lining up the holes. Secure the toe. Secure them with the CM screws, and actually by putting the rounded part to the inside, I think that's working a little bit better. Do 250 each on 2 strings. I don't think so, Donnie. I think I'm going to do videos on those screws. Did not realize those were metal parts. Actually, those are magnetic. And one of the washers just fell out. And for those of you out in YouTube land that didn't see it, or you may not have seen it, that's what Donnie said. Do 2 strings with 250 screws each. Actually, I think it's going to take more than that to, it would take more than that to do all those screws. Come on. Okay, that was a good sound, and I can see into the screw hole. Get this screw started. 100 each on 5 streams. That's a possibility. What I could do is mini streams, doing each stream, just doing 1 pack. Why do I feel like that one is not in now? It feels like it's in, but it's just not tightening up. Just had a lot of threads to go down into it. Okay, those are both on there, and you can see the toe moves, and the toe will not go that far up. It only goes a little ways up. And then these, inside there you can see there are spots for pins. Actually, let's do it that way. Which camera is that? That's this one. You can see there are spots for pins in there. And these just line up. There are pins on the sides here. The pins will line up in there and pop in. Maybe. Okay. Nope, not quite. Okay, that one's in there. That one popped in. That one went right in. $10 screws per stream for the next year. Brilliant. No. So once that's on there and those are in, this toe cap is going to go here on the bottom. Screw holes here and here. Why do I feel like my camera's aimed a little bit further in? Nope, it's good. That's the problem. It's actually up too high. Hang on. This is why I'm looking at possibly replacing this camera, because it does not want to stay in place very well. Hang on. Better. It's called viewer retention. Some sort of retention. Okay. So now you can see it a little bit better. There's just 2 screw holes here as well. This pops down there on that. Plus, I have found that cameras have hard time with red. They do not like red. You get 2 EM screws out. I actually found that I was missing a screw in one of the hands as well, so I fixed that. That camera that keeps giving me the problems is the Sony ZV-1. I just need a better tripod for it, and I need it closer down to the bench and better lighting. The new Logitech is, I watched the video and it focuses pretty quick. And Gilly says his won't stay in place anymore either. Yeah, and that's the problem. Is this is a heavy camera. If it was just a webcam, it would not have the problems that it does. So that's got the toe on. And yes, it is. Next, rest of the book says to take the battery, the cap off here, put the battery. Actually, it says put the battery in and then put the cap on, because this cap was left attached last time. But at this point, all that's left to do on this foot is put the toe cap on. Yeah, it does have zoom, but it does not. At that point, though, Donnie, when you zoom it in, it doesn't focus as near as well, and that's the whole reason I got it. What I need to do is move it from up here to either the right or left desk. Interesting. This one over here says it's on. I just happened to look over at it, and it looks like it says it's on. And so the right knee joint in stage 48. I was about to say it, and you guys were going to say, it's over there. I was going to say, where is my knife? Plus, let me see, just for giggles, because I keep looking up and seeing your comment, Donnie, about the zoom. Because I've got the same thing that you do. And let's see. Yeah, see? Mine does not like to work. And I think it's just there it is. It almost worked. There we go. I have checked the battery. With a brand new battery, it does that same thing. But I'm zoomed in a little bit better, so maybe that'll work a little bit better. I believe I've actually replaced the battery in it. So on here we have the LM screws, the gear ring for the knee, and the knee joint cover. That one's good to save. That one goes in the garbage. So these are LM screws. They'll be going into metal. Have you tried a hammer? I try not to hit cameras that are that expensive with a hammer. I think my wife might hit me with a hammer if I hit that camera with a hammer. Yay! Pouring out the EP screws everywhere. That's the only problem with these little packs like this is they don't always latch very well. And it popped open again. So LM screws. Didn't miss the whole thing, Todd. You did not miss, you really didn't miss much of anything, but you want to watch the rerun to see all the lights work. I showed the arc reactor, the head, one hand and one foot. Yeah, I know it goes to sleep, Donnie. It just mine never wants to wake up. And plus, I leave it up here all the time, and so I leave it up here all the time. So I've got two cables running off of it. So we'll see. I might move it. I might arrange something. Good evening, Kenneth. Welcome. Yes. Yes, Todd, a 4-hour nap, lazy. Although I did go upstairs and take a nap after I got off work. Okay, so you can see there are ridges on here. This is going to go on here like that. That's to keep the knee from just flopping all over the place. Oops, and I'm putting it on the wrong spot. There's a couple of posts in here. Come on, focus. So there's a couple of posts, one just above my thumb, one above the thumb over there. That's where the screws are going to go into. But I think I do. I have it on upside down. So it'll go on there like that. Dip the screw in oil. Might be that. It might be that, Donnie. Although I do turn it off once every month or so. Kenneth is stuck at noon or at work until 10:30 tonight, and noon to 10:30 tomorrow. Then on 3 days of vacation. Long shifts suck, but the vacation is good. Slept 5 hours. Yeah, once every month or so. It's constant. I leave it on like a webcam. It's constantly plugged in. And so it has constant power. It's constantly plugged into the computer. You're probably right. It would be better if I was to turn it off. Extra money in your pocket is always good, Kenneth. Still got the big screw head on there. I know your vacation is over, Donnie. I reminded you of that this morning and yesterday. Okay. So there you could see the screws for a second there. Black screws inside of a black part inside of a red part. Good. I like white beans as well. Webcam, it doesn't turn off every time the computer turns off because it's plugged straight into wall power. Otherwise, it tries to do weird things. Because I'm using the HDMI instead. And let me double check. Yep, that is all there is to do in pack 48, is just attach that one piece. Pack 49. Doesn't look like it has any screws in it. Ah. Okay, yeah, you are right. The ZV-1 does not. I should probably start turning it off, but it's just looking. Autofocus on. No. It's a little bit of a pain because of where it's at. Oh, it'd be good if I opened pack 49 instead of pack 50. I looked at the parts, I'm like, those don't look like the ones in the book. Oh, you guys are gonna browbeat me into turning off my camera. See how you are? So there's a spring in here, a couple of pieces of double-sided adhesive tape, supposedly. Unless I just threw it away. I think I just threw it away. Hang on. I do not see any tape. Ah. The tape is hiding in the bottom of the container here. It's terrible when you got so many tools you can't find anything. That's good for glue. That one is too. Yeah. Maybe I'll take the ZV-1 down and get that new webcam that Ian was talking about, because I did watch videos on it on Amazon. It focuses really fast. Okay, so we got this part here. We turned it around, and this part here is going to go on it with the tang sticking out there. I'm waiting for somebody to say it, because I will say yes. Just yeah. If you watch one of the videos on the Logi Stream Cam, that thing focuses almost as quickly as the ZV-1, and it's a lot lighter. You know, it's more set up for streaming. Let's put the spring on here. Just looking, double-sided adhesive tape to one side of the washer. This will prevent the washer from moving from its position. Use tweezer, peel off protective cover. Ah, okay. So you've got the two pieces of tape here. If I can get one side of the backing off, that would be awesome. Well, see, and that's the thing too. The ZV-1, I never have to disconnect the USB cable because are you powering yours through USB as well, Todd? Because it sounds like you are. And if you're powering it through the USB and your picture is going out through the USB, that could be what's causing your problem. I've got mine going out HDMI. So, of course, I have a pair of tweezers that are worn. A million pairs of tweezers in this store, and I can't find a single one. That's better. Yeah, and that's like I said, I'm running mine HDMI because I wanted the full 1080 when I broadcast. But I could change the way I'm doing it. Same here. I fully agree. I don't like having the two cables running off the camera. Got a dummy battery with a wire that goes up to an AC adapter. Yeah, basically I've got the same thing except for it's not a battery. It's the battery is just regular batteries in it. And what goes to the USB plug is the this is a pain. What goes to the USB plug is just the USB cable. I got a USB power cable plugged into a wall strip, and then attached to that is the camera. Yeah, so what they're reason there's the tape in there is to put that washer in there and have it stay there until you get the spring in. Oops. Everything's coming apart. No. If I use the HDMI out to 1080p, no, I never put it in streaming mode because it's going straight HDMI out. It's going into the, I've got an adapter. I think I've got an adapter on the back of the computer for HDMI. So let me see if I can get this whole thing to go in here the right way. Actually, let me do it this way because the key thing is I don't have the tape on there, and this tab has to go right there. But that is actually not until issue 50. Actually, it's not until after issue 50 even. If I knew what screw went in there, I would just attach it right now. This way, put this the right way on there. The way this is supposed to go on here. Come on. What's blocking? And that washer popped off. Okay, I'm going to try it this way. I'm going to try my video camcorder mini. See if if it'll give you power or a picture straight to the computer, it should work fine on the stream. So instead of that tape, which was not sticking very well, I'm just going to glue this washer in using white glue, and it shouldn't have any problem later on breaking loose. Yeah, exactly what Donnie said. Power cord or HDMI cord? Okay, so let's set that off to the side there, put the glue away. Thought about using super glue, but I decided I wasn't going to risk it. So no screws on here in this pack either. Got this cover, which is the right knee joint cover, the other side of this. A couple of these washers. Washers have holes in them. Both of them do. Camcorder HDMI. Yeah, you should try it. I've got a camcorder sitting over here that doesn't do. I might be able to do HDMI out to the computer. Haven't tried it. Oh, you give me the opportunity. Don't know where that cord is? You don't know what you did with it? I do. It's right over there. This screw cover is for a later date. It's going to go on here. Use that one for all your YouTube videos. Might have to try that. I saw that you said that in the video, and I was like, that might be a good idea, because like I said, I just realized R2 got really quiet. I have this cheapo camera here. I might have to start doing the Wi-Fi doesn't work worth crap. Might have to try it on just doing it for videos. And I don't want to leave those parts the way they are, so let's press on. Issue 51 starts putting everything together. Good. '51. Except for the fact that it has screws. That's all you got for videos. Well, I just use my webcams or the ZV-1 and OBS for when I do videos. The rare occasion that I do. So IM screws, LM screws. No, not I am screwed. I know somebody just thought that. LM screws. And the rest of the knee joint here. So we got another part of the knee joint, another couple of the parts of the gears. the tape that does not hold worth a crap. Who would possibly think that? All of you guys, every single one of you. Yeah, so it says to do the exact same thing with the washer here. So I'm going to do the exact same thing with the washer here. And put a dot of glue in here that's going to hold it long enough for me to get this thing together. Drop that in there. Actually, looking, there's slight indentations in the metal. Okay, so that's got that in there. Take this, get this out of the way here. And drop this part on here, just like that, and attach it with two LM screws. Interesting. There's a magnet from somewhere. Yes, you do, Donnie. Yes, you do. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. Get them in here and tighten them down. That one's tight. That one's tight. I would do exactly the same thing with the other pieces. Got the spring, the other half of the knee. That's going to go on here like that. It says to put this, now is where it gets tricky. But if you look in there, both those washers are in there and they're not falling off. So now I can set this on here where it's supposed to, making sure everything is correctly lined up. Then take this, without knocking these top washers off. Hang on, that one's not on there quite right. It's dark outside and I can hear somebody mowing their yard. Get these back on here. The most important thing is making sure that that arm is lined up. This could be interesting. Lay this on here. Let's see if I can get this all to go together. That one's on there. That one's where it's supposed to be. Bring the two halves together. and 2 I am screwed. Yes, I said it that way on purpose. So let me see if I can get oil on here and not lose all control of this thing. I know I've done this before because I'll have a completed leg. Come on. That one's on there. That one looks like it's lined up. Okay, that's in there. Okay, so come on. You can see the black tab. If I get my finger out of the way, the black tab's in the right spot there, as well as there. So this right now moves pretty freely. Oh, that one's not all the way in. Tighten it down so it's actually engaging. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. Am I streaming tomorrow night? I don't know. Wasn't planning on it. Should I? Let me switch bits real quick. Oh, okay. No, I am not planning on streaming, and you are welcome to stream tomorrow, Donnie. I will watch. Might have my R2 watch and put him on the, the movie mode and see if he screams. That's really cool. You're getting more R2 parts. So there's the knee closed up, and trying to remember. I think it's. See, that's the thing. Is this? It's really difficult, even with these when you got the full leg on here. It is a little bit difficult, especially since it's actually only half a leg. Matter of fact, let me make sure that screw is tight. Maybe they'll talk to each other. That could be. That would be funny. Just make sure. And actually, okay, no, I was looking at it going, did I put it together backwards? I'll be damned if I didn't. No, that goes like that. Okay. Let me double check because loosen this up just a little bit and see, because it shows it moving with a fair amount of resistance, and that's more than a fair amount of resistance. That's complete and total. Just looking to make sure. Never mind. I got it. It's together right. And then this cap just will push in right here like that. Let me put that magnet in there. I'm not sure where it came from. Just for grins. Let's see what's in 52. Nope, that's 53. Why the heck not? I'm going to do one more pack. This actually looks like parts I already have, except for these ones haven't been put together yet. Actually, I think they were. They were just yeah, they do. Okay. You are very correct. LP and IP screws. Do a couple more packs, at least one more, maybe two. And you are absolutely right. They only take a couple minutes each. That's part of the reason I had such a long hiatus on the Iron Man, is I didn't want to run out of packs. So the LP screws, the IP screws, and this will remind me how to put this one back together. Okay, so we've got 52C, which is this part right here, goes on here like that. So there's a screw hole, a little bit of a socket there. It'll go in there just like that. And that goes in, is attached with a LP screw. It's bad when it's been so long since you did something on a model or a part work that you have to revisit how to do it. Which I actually did that on the Voyager this weekend. I've worked out what I'm going to do for the Voyager. A little bit further on it. So there's that part. That's what I need, actually. I just figured it out. What I need is I've got the light here. I need a light here. And then this part here, let me put this over here where it belongs with that one. Let's see, 52A, 52B. So this one here, this just pushes down inside of there. This little round part, this little round piece here will go down inside of here. That's going to get attached with an IP screw. Oh, never mind. I thought it would tell me how to put these together, but it actually doesn't. I now have 5 pieces of the hip joint just hanging out doing nothing. Okay, put that back on there. Literally identical to the other side. And it's got this really small pin there that you don't want to snap off putting it in and out. But it's going to go together on here like that. This will go in here somewhere. Yep, more loose parts. But you can see all the parts I have here. Actually, you can't right now because it's zoomed in. I'll zoom back out in a little bit and you'll see how many loose parts Iron Man becomes by stage 53. And I might go ahead and do 54 as well. Yeah, one leg's over here. The other leg is not a leg yet. It is just a foot. But this is stage 53 starts building his second leg. So many parts to Iron Man here. Almost can't fit it on the desk anymore. So let me get all the parts out. All 4 of them, including a little bag of screws. And these are IP screws. And so this nice and shiny shield will go over the part, the plastic part that is a little bit firmer. Goes 3 sockets, 3 pins with screw holes in them. So it'll go on here. Come on. Like that. Flip it over. 3 IP screws go in to hold it together. Only 3. One there. One there. Come on. One more right there. I'll show you here in a second. Firmed it up. You see one here, and one back here. And then 2 more pegs with screw holes. Go onto these 2 tabs with holes for screws. 2 more IP screws to hold it together. There's one. And I'm not going to tighten these overly tight because I don't want the parts to snap. Don't want to snap the pegs off. Also don't want to strip out the threads that I just cut into them. And that looks, wait a minute. Oh, that's funny. We're going back, no. Oh, no, it is. It is identical to this one, except for the other side. That's all that is to do in 53. We'll do 54, which will double how many stages I was originally going to do. That's 56. Where is 54? I heard that, Gilly. I heard that when I said, where is 56 or 54? Gilly just said, it's over there. I think Todd did too. And I just dropped the screws. There we go. Was waiting for that. I mean, you guys can't let me get away with asking where something is because I'm the one who started that crap. 2 MP screws. And Gilly did it too. That's good. I like that. So Todd said over there. Gilly agreed with me. And then he pointed over there. I do it too. I don't know if you saw that on Lee's stream this weekend. Somebody asked where something was, and I typed in, it's over there. So this is metal. This will actually attach to the foot. You bring the foot back over here. We have these 2 washers. And the rest of the ankle that holds the whole thing together. It points out that you've got this oval here. Carefully attach the washers on either side. Place them so the hole in the washer lines up with the hole in the chassis. Was talking about, oh, come on, right here. Washers need to line up like that. Either side. This is going to slide down into the foot. Wow. I forget how complicated the Iron Man gets at points. So I'm going to try doing just 1 washer at a time. Of course, it would help if I'm doing it from the correct side. The pin goes into the smaller hole instead of this big hole that is going to zip right through. Start it on its way through here. Come on. So I got it on the first washer. Put that in there. Get the second washer in there. line it up. Sorry if I'm off camera. I tend to do that when I'm working on something like this. That doesn't need to be there right now. See if I can get it lined up correctly. The wire's almost in the way. We've said it before. Let's say it again. I need a Cisco, Todd. Where's my Cisco? Okay, got it lined up. Pushed all the way through. And this is going to push on here like that. That pin going onto the bottom. And then the MP screws. It is, Todd. It absolutely is. So this absolutely is helpful to have a second set of hands. And order a set of the Kyosho Mini Z RC cars. I may have to look that up. Let me double check. I've got the larger bit on. Come on. Is that, yeah, that is that loose. And it is all the way tightened down. Double check. Damn it. Iron Man's got a bit of a handicap. Red lights to his mini-Z on Sunday stream. Cool. Did not see it. So Iron Man's got a bit of a handicap after all that struggle and everything. His shin is facing the wrong side. So let me take this back off. Bet you Cisco helps you to avoid errors like that too, Todd. Let go of the screw. Push that back out. Everything was going great until I realized I put everything together backwards. Okay, so let's try this again. Watch, it goes together easier this time, or harder, probably worse. So these two screw holes go to the front. This is what I had at the front. Push down to get this in here a little bit further. That actually went in a lot easier than the first time. What about this other side? This other side doesn't want to go in at all right now. But it's the side with the indentation in it, which is going to make it attach a little bit easier. Come on. Almost got it lined up. That should be close enough. Pop this back in here. Put the screw back in. And hopefully hit the threads the same threads that I cut before. Wow. Might want to just loosen that just a touch. The other ankle is a lot looser than that. Yeah, it's because the screw is tighter here. Okay. Let me see if I can get it to. And that's the problem with this remote. Does not want to play nice. Come on. There we go. Widescreen it back out. Shift the camera a little bit. Yeah, that's the problem with moving the camera at all. Is nothing then lines up. Okay, so as Todd indicated, I have a huge pile of Iron Man parts at this point. This one goes. Your eyes, your eyes. But huge, like I said, huge pile of Iron Man parts at this point. And just starting on the second leg. But it's getting there. So let me switch cameras. And let me turn, wow, piled everything up on top of the light switch. There, that's better. So it's getting together, slowly going together. Did 8 packs instead of 4 like I was originally planning because they went by really quick. I'm enjoying this. He's all wired up. I showed it earlier. You can see earlier in the video that Iron Man down. Yeah, Iron Man down. Your eyes again. Well, that's not because of the focusing. That's because of this. But slowly going together. He's all wired up for the all the lights are wired, so that what I can do is I'm going to figure out how I'm going to run the wires from the torso Might go back down one of the legs. Might go through the pole, through the support pole, like Todd was talking about. And we'll see what happens. Going to use the monster base. Todd calls it a monster base because it is pretty big, but I like it. And it's sitting next to the Terminator and the Terminator base, and it are really close to the same size. So that's it for tonight. And yes, he is getting there, Gordon. I appreciate it. I don't know if it's the video, if it's that, or if it's the or if it's going from OBS. Let me move this over and see if they are. So let me see. It looks like it's synced together, but I don't know. So gonna call it an evening. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great evening. Like and subscribe. Come on over to Hobby Time Modelers and join us on both Facebook and YouTube. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great evening, great day tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will catch you next time.